This is Smoking Out the Closet. Now, here are your hosts, Alex and Rayven Greer.
I am Alex. I use they, them pronouns.
Hi, I'm Rayven. I use she, her pronouns.
And welcome back to
Another episode of
Smoking Out the Closet. We did the perfect in time this time.
Yeah, we did. So how you feeling, baby?
Feeling high. I'm feeling nice.
Yeah.
Calm.
I'm a smidge a little salty with you right now.
Oh, yeah?
Because you were like, why aren't you in uniform? So I had to go change into my pajamas and put on my stoner hat.
Yeah, I should have did a TikTok. It reminded me of this TikTok sound everybody's using from SpongeBob that's like, and why aren't you in uniform? And then Squidward steps out of...
No,
SpongeBob steps out of you, and then he comes back with his hat on for the Krusty Krab. That's what I felt like right here.
The original video, it goes out and comes back in a maid's outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's taking care of Squidward because Squidward's out of a job.
Yeah. I remember now. It's also been edited so many times for memes.
True.
But, like, yeah, I felt like that episode of SpongeBob. Like, the Goody era episode of SpongeBob.
So there was a couple things you wanted to bring up. Do you remember any of them?
Yeah, your official job title.
Yeah.
So, ever since we started smoking together and session together on a regular basis, I usually smoke out of a bowl. I have this little tiny pipe. I've probably talked about it before in the podcast. The little, 1-inch glass piece I got from the old gas station by our old apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm always, my one thing, no matter what strain I smoke and how it makes me feel is my bowl cool enough to put away? Like, it always worries me.
Okay, yeah, because you're worried about melting stuff and
catching the house on fire. I don't want that to happen. Because we need a place to live and we need our security deposit back. But I feel like that's always a joke among people who rent. It's like, hey, I want my security deposit back, But,
speaking of that, we should be getting ours here soon.
We should be. From our old apartment. We checked the mail today and there was nothing for us. It was all other people's mail. In our mailbox that used to live here before. But, so I'm always paranoid because tonight I actually rolled a joint because I need to clean my bowl because I had some weird cross stuff going on last time I smoked. Remember that? So I just wanted to smoke the Lemon Kush headband by itself. So, that's what I'm smoking on today, by the way. And, my roach was kind of hot. I know I put the cherry out outside. It's 50 degrees and windy. Logically, it should have cooled down by the time I came inside enough to put away. My brain was like, no, have someone else check it because you're high before you put it away. And that's how this all started, is me being a little paranoid no matter how much I smoke or what I smoke. So now I go, bowl feeler, come feel my bowl. And I hand my bowl out to her, to Rayven, and she feels it and makes sure it's cool enough to put away. And this time it was a roach. It was the little end of the, there was nothing left in there. She just took it and threw it away. I was like, it's not hot, is it? You didn't tell me. And she was like, I'm no burden myself, am I? I was like, shut up.
Because I to be fair, I had my thumb right on the burnt end, where the ember and the cherry were. So.
But yeah, stuff like that makes me always really paranoid. And I think it has to do with a lot with growing up around firefighters and EMTs and stuff.
Yeah. Because
I hear that shit all the time because we had a fire radio at the house where you could listen to all the fire companies and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me really paranoid about that. So that's always one of my fears, I guess. It was instilled in me as a kid. But yeah, that's how Rayven became the bowl feeler. Very long story for how Rayven became the official bowl feeler of the house.
Another thing that we wanted to talk about was, I can't remember. Oh, what I'm smoking. I'm smoking on, Orange Cookies by G-Leaf?
Yeah, I think it's a G-Leaf.
I think it's G-Leaf's brand.
I was kind of looking at I feel like I'm always really quiet in the episodes, so I was trying to scoot a little closer so you could hear me a little better.
You're good. I don't think you sound bad.
Okay.
There was something else we were going to talk
What
about.
were you saying? You were just saying something, and I don't think you got to finish.
With...
I don't know. Dude, I was so stoned.
But yeah, we were going to talk about, the game. We're going to talk about the Steelers game.
Oh, the Steelers game,
So,
yeah.
Alex is trying to get me to become a Pittsburgh team fan.
And folks, let me tell you, it's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Because this girl had, like, not gotten into American football, not gotten into baseball, never watched hockey, and, like, dated somebody who was a puck bunny for a bit. Never watched hockey, and, yeah.
For those of you who don't know, puck bunnies are groupies for hockey players.
Yeah, I was sleeping with one of the hockey players. Not, like, major Penn State hockey players, but, like, men's State College hockey player. So, yeah. Nothing super formal, but yeah.
Yeah. But, it was a really close game, and I didn't think I would get that into it.
Oh my gosh. It was great. And I was like, babe, I couldn't have picked a better team for you to follow because Tomlin does this shit all the time.
Yeah,
and is
that
like,
was a real close game between them and the Ravens.
yeah, he's like, we're going to play smart, and we're going to play long, and we're going to play hard, and then we're going to sneak up from behind and win it. Like, holy shit, that game.
Oh, I remember now. It's what we did after the game.
After the game?
So we got stuff. So we knew we were gonna smoke, and we were kind of low on food because we kind of had a very small budget for a grocery trip when we first moved out here. So we're waiting until our next paycheck, which is this week.
Our dinner.
Oh, you want to talk about our dinner too?
I thought that's where you were going with this. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Well, we ate dinner and watched the game. I'm talking
yeah.
about afterwards, where we went to Sheetz.
Oh, yeah, the Sheetz run.
So, for those of you who don't know, or not in the Pennsylvania area, Sheetz is a gas station company that sells made-to-order food, but also has some, like, the basic convenience store stuff that you find in gas stations.
And the joke up here is if you can't find something to drink at Sheetz, you're not thirsty, because they have so many coolers full of drinks.
Right.
And, like, what's comparable that's everywhere? 7-Eleven's a pretty wide chain now.
Their rival is like Wawa. Like, a lot of people here will fight over who's better, Wawa or Sheetz.
Because southern and western PA is that weird territory if you're close enough to the south where Wawa's at, but you're still also in Sheetz territory. Mm-hmm. And they'd be, like, literal turf wars between friends. Like, you can, like, start a fist fight with somebody in this state over which is better, Sheetz or Wawa.
So we get a bunch of snacks for, like, after our podcast recordings.
Because everybody needs stoner munchy snacks. I think that was, like, the first thing we talked about on this podcast.
And so we get our, all our basics, and we get some new stuff. And Alex says, like, dude, we look like fucking stoners right now. And I'm like, honey, we are stoners. We're queer stoners. We have a podcast about it.
And we looked like it going into freaking Sheetz. Because I have my rainbow mask on, and I had my rainbow lanyard hanging out of my pocket. And I was wearing a tie-dye rainbow shirt. Like, you look at me and I say queer. And I was also wearing my Halloween pajama pants and my Nike slides.
So, queer, goth, stoner.
Looked so fucking gay.
But that goes into a nice segue of the big thing we wanted to talk about today. Holiday gift ideas for the queer person in your life.
Yeah, since we talked about the stoner person in your life last time.
So keep in mind, obviously, like with the stoner gifts, all of these are just kind of general statements and kind of stuff. Obviously, you can always get something this person is interested in, or, just kind of find some of the niche stuff they like and see if there's even, like, just a queer spin on it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. When you say that, the first thing that comes to mind is, like, Converse. When the Converse does their Pride line.
Or you can still get custom Converse made through their website.
Yeah.
Sorry, our cat's scratching at something.
Should we investigate?
I think he's stuck. Give me 1 second.
It sounds like he got himself stuck in the closet. Like he opened the closet. What was he scratching at?
I don't know. He ran off before I could actually look at it.
What it sounded like was he opened the closet door. Okay, the cabinet doors you could open rather easily. You could just pull on the bottom and they come open. Like there's no latch or anything in her apartment. And Finn has figured out how to open them.
Both of them have.
It sounds like he got himself stuck in the cabinet is what it sounded like. That was kind of funny. What are you doing, little poop head?
So one thing, before we go deeper into that, some of these ideas I actually got from the I Make It.
Yeah, the I Made It market.
The I Made It market.
I Made It market. There are two sections of this market I just recently found out. They're called exactly the same thing. I feel like a lot of the vendors go to them. So like one's probably in the beginning half of the week downtown, and then the other half is like at the Robinson Mall. But they set up shop, and there's just a bunch of local artists there. And it's really amazing and like great place to, shop local, support your small businesses for the holidays. And Finny Finn is attacking Rayven. But
how many times I gotta say to stop doing that, bud? That hurts. He has a bad habit of jumping on my back when I'm leaning forward. Ow. Really hurt.
I'm sorry, baby.
It's not your fault. I felt bad because I had to sit up to get his nails out of my back, and I kind of squished him a little. But at the same time, I couldn't get his nails out of my back. Ow. He's a kitten. I don't want anyone to think I have a bad cat.
No, he's very kitteny still. He does all the face lickings and all the bread makings.
Yeah, he's only 8 months old, so
yeah.
I can't be too mad at him. But ow, that hurts.
I keep forgetting that he's a kitten and not a full-grown cat because
that's how big he is.
Yeah, he's as big as Bear, who's our 3-year-old.
What I was gonna say, but yeah, there was a lot of LGBT stuff there.
It was so cool to see LGBT stuff.
A few companies had scents and candles that were some of them were LGBT, some of them were very Pittsburgh based, some of them were just kind of what the scent was or holiday themed.
Yeah.
Earrings.
Yeah.
The stereotypical lesbian earrings that are made of everything. I saw some
everything but actual earring.
Right. I saw ones that I thought about getting, but I'm no, because I feel like this might be a gift someone might have gotten me. I like dragons. I like a lot of things dragon. I like dragons. There was a pair of those really itty bitty ones you can get at Michael's that I thought about using for D&D campaigns.
Yes.
As dangly earrings.
Yes. Did you see the ones that were Eevees? They were little
I didn't see the
microscopic Eevees. Oh my god, we can make those.
We could.
We have a 3D printer that Eevee you printed me. Just scale it down real tiny. It'll take 10 seconds to print. Oh my god, let's do this. It's so cute.
Snippets of books that have been turned into earrings.
And then there were the Pittsburgh skyline earrings that were so pretty.
There was one really cool thing, and I think is very stereotypically LGBT, because a lot of LGBT people I noticed have retro stuff.
Yeah.
You're not inherently queer if you have retro stuff, but I've never seen a queer not have something retro or vintage.
Yeah, same. Queers live in thrift stores, I feel like. Because I worked at a thrift store, a chain thrift store. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to name it.
No, obviously that's a stereotype. I want to say that. I don't think every queer has them, but I have yet to be proven wrong as a person.
And as my observation goes of working as a person at one of these thrift stores, I want to say that at one point 90% of our clientele were some flavor of the rainbow.
And your staff.
And my staff. We employed a lot of queer people. We tried to get the entire LGBT acronym, and then we had fillings in for the pluses, and I was like, fuck, we almost have the whole alphabet here.
But the cool thing is, they had a vinyl record that they turned into a clock.
Oh, yes.
And there was they etched out on the big hand was the thing you put on the needle, and the arm.
Yes.
There was pride pins. There was ask me my pronouns. There was a gender fluid one that said male, female to be announced. pins, which
I found a polyamorous pin that
yeah.
I got for Rayven, and I gave it to her as an early present.
Yeah, poly pride pin.
We should talk about them now.
Yeah, so that big one where we found a lot of pins that I'm talking about is Tainted Pineapple.
Yeah, over on Etsy.
They're really cool. I'm actually thinking about ordering from some of them.
Yeah, same.
Oh, speaking of which, I want to talk about the booze stand.
Oh, the booze stand. Oh my goodness, the booze stand. I'm going back here. I always have made it a tradition, an inadvertent tradition, that I would bring some sort of special alcohol to any holiday gathering at the in-laws. So I'm going to stop here and get a bottle.
So they are Boyd and Blair. They are predominantly potato vodkas, but they had a rum there as well. And these are all pre-made mixed drinks. And the rum one was very dangerous for me as someone who is a big rum drinker, or used to be.
I love rum.
Since I started smoking, I've cut back on a lot of my alcohol consumption.
Yeah.
So I've gone quote-unquote California sober. But yeah, they have potato vodka. You can go on their website, boydandblair.com. They ship outside of PA too. But at PA, they're at the Fine Wine and Good Spirits, which is the state-run liquor stores.
So good. It's so good. I think I had one of the potato vodka ones when I was there, and then they had like a pumpkin chai black tea based drink.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good, and it wasn't stereotypically like a white girl pumpkin, you know?
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, they were really cool. There was like a couple other ones. There was like this, I'm drawing a blank on the name. Actually, let me go grab the business cards, because I grabbed a lot of business cards.
I did too, but my bag also has some of your presents in it, so I don't really want to grab it. But like, quick side thing, I saw like a pen maker, like the stereotypical, like, I've seen a trend in this now. I make special pens from special things makers, because I know your mom knew one, and like, I've seen a couple other people, like People's Choice Festival had a lot of
wood
pen
turners.
makers, like, yeah, wood turner pen makers like that.
Let's see, Miss Piper and Mr. Fitz Artisans, Handcrafted Creations, the Foxglove Hollow. I think that was the one that was doing, oh no, they were the ones that were doing, like, fragrances. They're one of the ones doing fragrances. Dave Razzle, artist, which I think you have tarot cards from him.
Oh my god, yes I do. He's the guy who drew my Yep, because that's his insignia, because that's how he signed the tarot cards.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I looked familiar. I was like, that looks familiar.
Mm-hmm. He came out
People's Fest.
No, that was Sci-Fi Valley Con.
Oh, that was Sci-Fi Valley
He
Con?
came out to Sci-Fi Valley Con, and he was from Pittsburgh. What? I would love to see him again and like get some more of his art. It's amazing.
The Gilded Ladybug vintage items, which I saw some of the vintage items. Some of them were like real old.
Yeah, they were really cool.
And I got this one because I like the photography.
Yeah.
Brandon Hurt photography. Because I thought about getting us some couple pictures, like professionally photographed, because we don't have any pictures of us.
I would love that.
Like that. But also, yeah, you can do pride pictures like that too.
Yeah. There's a whole list too on Pittsburgh's. It's called, I think it's visitpgh.com.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, visitpgh.pa. And it's like there's a whole list for like, hey, these businesses in Pittsburgh are LGBT run and owned. Hey, this is a list of the businesses that are POC run and owned in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Like,
Pittsburgh is such an amazing, inclusive city, and I love it. And they make it known, too. Like, they're not quiet about it.
Not at all. But, what was I going to say? So, one thing I've always thought were good holiday gift ideas were pins and buttons.
Yeah.
We kind of touched on like pronoun pins and like just pride pins. There are some that I've seen online that are very subtle pride pins.
Yeah.
Like one where it's two scissors, like where you cut paper.
Yeah.
And they're interlocked at the blade part.
It's very subtle. At first you're just like, that was a cool pin, but wait.
They're scissoring. There's one where I've seen like a little dial and it has, the gender, like male, female, non-binary or other.
Yeah.
And you kind of spin it or set it to it. There's some that are just like, look like, you're not super familiar with Star Wars, but have you seen the uniforms in Star Wars?
Yeah.
Where they have like that like blue and red, like just little bar thing?
Yeah.
Someone's done something similar with that, with like pride pins.
Oh, that's cool.
Or pride flags.
That's really cool. It makes me think of like officers who have badges like that. That
like
are
the medals?
Stripes, the medals that are stripes. Yeah.
Some people have done like cuffs for suits. They're like just colors. Some people have done palettes, like makeup palettes.
Speaking of gay stuff, I forgot to tell you about my new gay friend I made.
Oh, you made a gay friend?
Yeah, that part of the LGBTQ Pittsburgh group I invited you to on Facebook. Mm-hmm. At first I thought that your drink was entirely up your straw. I forgot you got a black straw, and your drink is dark brown. Excuse me, sorry, I'm really stoned. No, I made a new queer nerdy friend, and he was part of that group, and we were talking about, finding gaming buddies, and he's like, yeah, I like to play video games, and then, I play D&D too to make it extra nerdy, and I'm like, I saw his comment, and I commented underneath it, I was like, can we be friends? And he was like, yeah, with like a big smiley face, and so I sent him a friend request, and now we're friends on Facebook, and he's been liking my stuff.
Nice.
And like, yeah, he likes Pokemon, and like video games, and like D&D, and yeah. So like, gay nerdy friend acquired in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. Even though we really haven't said a word to each other, we just kind of like each other's stuff on Facebook.
Well, I made friends with someone who's queer in the building across from ours.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been Snapchatting each other.
Aw.
Which I have sent her a link to the podcast, so if she's listening, hi.
Hi.
I won't say names because we're not super close yet, and I don't know how comfortable you are with that, so... But, hi, you know who you're... You know who you're...
You know who you are.
Thank you.
Words are hard.
Let's see, what other things you can gift? Pride shirts, subtle pride shirts. If they're married.
I've seen pronoun earrings.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, they're little, like, metal etched, like how my pentacles are. Yeah. They're little metal etched pronouns.
Oh, that's adorable.
And they're so cute and so subtle. I've seen hangity-dangities.
Yeah, I got hangly danglies. I have earrings that are dangly.
Oh my god.
That are pride. I was supposed to wear on our wedding day.
Yeah, and then I think you did wear them. They were little flags. No, I had you rhinestone ones.
Yeah, I was talking about the rhinestone ones.
And then we lost them.
I found them in the move.
Yeah. But the little pride flag ones that I bought you, and it was great because we got married in Pride Month. We got married in June. June 29th of 2020. Quarantine wedding. Ayo, let's try to have a fun time explaining that to our kids. We got middle of a pandemic. What's a pandemic, Nippy?
Let's see what else. I've seen some things for like those who are married, like things that like his and his, theirs and theirs, theirs and hers in our case. Aww. Like pillow stuff or towels.
Yes. I like the personalized embroidered towels and stuff.
Oh, and now you're just going southern. Yeah. Because you always have to have your freaking initials.
You gotta have your pronouns on your towels.
Necklaces. Mugs. Rings. Bracelets.
I used to wear a really subtle beaded bracelet that I found at Walmart that was relatively rainbow, and then I later learned that, like, we thought we learned that Walmart wasn't cool, and then we learned later that they were cool.
They were at one point not cool.
Yeah, but now they're cool again, with, like, LGBT stuff. But, like, it was super subtle, super tiny beading, and I'd wear it amongst all my other bracelets, and, like, people who noticed knew, and you could see that they knew that you knew that you knew. Mm-hmm. Kind of look.
Stickers. Stickers are great.
Stickers for everything, except for if you have sticker anxiety, because then you don't know where to put them because they're going to be there forever.
Posters or pictures.
Spencer's. Go to Spencer's. Spencer's has some great posters. Wink, wink, nod, nod. The ones in our room.
Ooh.
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 Ooh. Just to clarify, I felt like a total college frat boy putting that up in our room. But like, it's
you know
fine.
what? Our audience is mature. I said this at 18 plus. There were two naked women laying next to each other, very
Naked?
close, with their boobs touching.
You didn't really see anything provocative, but you knew it was there.
It was just gay. It was just
It's
gay.
It's gay. And it's beautiful.
gay.
It's gay art.
Yeah, and it was beautiful. That's why I got it, because I was like, this is really pretty. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, wow, I've grown as a woman, because boy me would have been, that's hot. And I'm like, wow, high school me, I hate you.
And now I understand a little bit better why people buy Playboy. It's art.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's art. It's not about the porn anymore. It's
a bit about the
it's
porn.
a bit
still,
about
right?
the porn. But once you mature past that naked girl whack phase, if you ever get out of there, because some people don't. I've made the mistake of dating quite a few of them. But like, it's art then, and it becomes a collector's piece too.
Oh yeah, my papa had a lot. I don't know if he still has it, but he used to collect like a lot. I think he had 2 editions of the Marilyn Monroe issues.
I remember the first time I found a Playboy. It was at the cabin, up and not the one in Potter County, but the one we used to have in Jackson County that was over like probably 15 minutes away from the house. And my grandpa had stashed his Playboys in there. And Mom probably found them when they cleaned out the cabin when they sold it. That was my first exposure to Playboy. It was like a 1970s Playboy magazine. And I think that's when I finally clicked that I was gay.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay? I remember being like really super young though, but I just didn't. I had no idea what that was.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just like, "Ooh, cute Polly Pockets kiss." I kind of like this.
It took me forever to realize my gender stuff. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until I was in my 20s. What else could... So, I was talking about earlier how, like, you know, you can always get, like, queer versions of stuff, of, like, things that are people interested. Pride Dice. I've seen Pride Dice for, like, those who are into D&D. LGBT video games, books. Lots of books out there.
Lots of books.
Lots of comics.
I'm still on the hunt for the perfect, like fantasy or romance with an NB protagonist. Like, I'm trying to find something like that.
I think I know the exact book I can recommend for you.
Oh? When you find it, definitely send it to me, because I'm going to forget if you tell me right now. That's a guarantee.
I think it's one of the Necromancer series, but it's something Gideon. Very goth, very...
Up my alley?
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
I have it as an audiobook.
Because I was thinking about something like that, you know? I want to read something like that. So I can connect to the main character more.
What is it? There was one I read when I identified as MB. It's like, oh, it's gonna bug me. I gotta look at my audiobook. Audible.
Not sponsored. That would be cool though.
That they're not really hard to get a sponsor for. You just literally put in an email in.
They literally sponsor fucking anybody. Well, no, Night Vale. They're one of Night Vale's sponsors all the time. Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Craner. If you guys ever listen to this, hi, I love you. I love your podcast. I love your books. You guys are
The
great.
Symptoms of Being Human by Jeff Garvin. That has a gender fluid, or I think they're gender fluid in the book. But they're definitely non-binary. But that is where the main protagonist is non-binary and has to deal with it, and has to deal with the fact that they have to hide it.
Screenshot that and send it to me on Messenger, please, because I want to read that now. I feel like that might have popped up on my Goodreads recommendations or something somewhere along the line. Goodreads, if anybody doesn't know, not a sponsor either. Really great app I stumbled upon a couple years ago to keep track of what you've read, to keep track of the books you own, and to keep track of books that you are currently reading. And you can share the status with like your friends on there. It's really cool to see what your friends are reading if you know they have a similar taste as you. I have my backlog of books has at least quadrupled since then. And also, it's great if you go to book like flea markets a lot and pick up books that way, so you know what you already have sitting on the shelf at home, so you don't rebuy it by accident. You know?
Yeah. The other one is Gideon the Ninth.
Okay. Send me that one too.
Hang on, I'm trying to
Send me all the
find
things.
the details of it.
All the things. All the things. I'm so high.
But like, there's so much like Oh no, I actually think that this one is she, her pronouns. One of the characters in this book series of the ninth, is a non-binary character. I know that for a fact. Also, I'm really sorry if you heard that. That was from me hitting my phone off the table thing we're using.
Table. Use that term rather
They're
loosely.
two laundry baskets upside down in
on
a
top
stack.
of each other.
Because we still don't have all our stuff yet.
Yeah, I have a 4-day weekend coming up, and I know 4-day weekend in retail. All you other retail homies probably hate me right now. I'm sorry, because that never happens. And hi, Bear. That I was gonna go back and get the rest of the stuff. So, like a week and a half from now, we'll have all the rest of our stuff. I feel like this past week has flown by.
It really has.
Like, it was just Monday, like, yesterday, it feels like, of last week.
Right. But what else have I seen stuff that, like, people are interested in that are, like, pride, but, like, kind of subtle at the same time? Doc Martens.
Yes.
I've...
Doc Martens.
So many gay people I've seen lately have been wearing Doc Martens.
They're popular amongst two overlapping communities.
The alt and the queers.
Exactly.
And then, you know, both of us who are alt queers.
I should have gave that girl at the fucking sheets my number.
Yeah, you should have.
Oh my god, she was so cute. Fucking goth as hell. White docs. Like white, are they 1060s or 1660s? 14, I'm getting my numbers mixed up. The classic docs. When you think of classic docs,
yeah,
they were white pleather. And
you're mad at me. Speaking of docs,
yeah, you freaking moms, Doc originals. You know, not the $125 pair, the fucking $220 pair
that are from England,
that are still made in England.
Because I have family over there.
Your mom got it from, like, one of those Amazon return shipments or whatever that she does sometimes. I want to do that sometime, too. And, for the electronics. And, I watch people open them on YouTube. They're fascinating. One of my guilty pleasures when I'm high. Anyway, that and those dark web mystery boxes that I know are hocus pocus but freak me out. Where was I going with this?
Yeah, I got Doc Martens.
You got Doc Martens.
For free.
For
Good
free.
ones.
Good ones. The ones that are made, like, still in England. I think mine are made in Vietnam. Probably where all the rest of the shoes are made.
I don't know.
I know Docs have an EU line, an AU warehouse. Well, not AU. An EU warehouse, a US warehouse in factory, and then there's one other one that's in a weird spot. I don't want to say it's not Vietnam or like Korea, because those are usually where shoes are made.
I have no idea. Like, I'm also trying to think of, like, other stuff that are, like,
Sorry if you heard that. I'm very thirsty.
subtle.
Circling back around to, like, getting custom docs, you can get you can get custom docs, but getting custom Converse,
Yeah.
you can just get everything the same as a regular high top, but they have the rubber insole, like the rubber all-star stamp that they can stamp on the inside that's rainbow.
I've also seen where
super subtle. Where the soles are rainbow.
Yeah,
like
not
the tread.
The tread, that's it.
The tread's rainbow.
Yeah.
Or like different pride flags. I wanted you to do that with my shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That old pink pair that I have from like middle school that still fit. That are all cracked to hell and yellow. Those aged nicely. Can we just talk real quick about the degradation I've seen in Converse? Like, I love them. I just bought a new pair, 2 months ago? Mm-hmm. But I have a pair from middle school, and I was in middle school probably around 2010, 2011, right? That would have been middle school era, 2012. Those Docs I bought in middle school, not Docs, those Converse I bought in middle school never split apart on the sides. The only thing that cracked was that rubber to where, your toes bend in your foot. Mm-hmm. That was it. I was just now wearing them for that long, wearing through the bottom sole of the shoe and into making a hole in the sneaker. Those were great.
But you also got to think you're on your feet a lot more nadays. So you're harder on those new ones.
I'm harder on those new ones, but it's not fair to assume that if I wore them like I did in high school, what was school? 6 hours a day,
8 hours,
8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I was only walking between classes. Mm-hmm. But my Converse I got in still dating my shitty ex at the time. So 2016, I think, is when I lived in... No. Yeah, 2016 is when I lived in Altoona. It's when I got another pair of Converse.
And how much of walking around the campus were you doing?
A lot. And I put those bitches through rain without putting, rain guard on them, like you should. And getting them soaked and gross and leaving them out in the sun for a couple days because they stunk. I put those bitches through hell. Because those were my only pair of good sneakers to wear outside of work.
Now, I'm going to say, if you know someone who's very, into certain things, don't be afraid to get them these certain things. I like tools. I am a stereotypical gay woman who likes tools. Sue me. So, I was artsy stuff. I'm an artist, so art supplies are always a good thing for me. But I've seen some really cool cross section stuff of queer stoner.
Yeah.
Like a pot leaf that's painted with a pride flag.
Wasn't there an ashtray at Spencer's like that?
Yes, there was.
Oh yeah.
Bongs and pipes that the yours has that glass streak you can see of marbles in the glass making process. They have pride flags with those.
Yes. Or those bongs that are variegated colors from the bottom to the top in a rainbow. Yeah.
I'm trying to see what else. And I'm trying to keep my phone not super close to the mic because I know it has picked up sound from my phone before, even with just the internal stuff going on. Rings, shoes, candles, stickers, shirts.
Candles. Speaking of candles, Target's freaking candles for Pride were great. Oh. I feel bad that we didn't get to light them. We kept them, right?
Yeah, we have them still.
Okay, I wanted to make sure we kept those. I like
Speaking
candles.
of candles, when I went to that I Made It market, there was I can't remember who was selling it. Oh no, it's the one we got you had your things from.
The Smelties.
Yeah, the Smelties. There was one for weed.
Yeah.
And I smelled it.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn, this smells like weed. What the fuck did they put in this? Did they actually get pot?
They might. Some smelly non-THC pot. But no, what if you smell it super close, it's a special mixture of pine, a very subtle mint, and something else that tricks you into thinking it's weed at first.
It's like how Harry Potter Birdie Bots jelly beans.
Yeah.
They use what do you call it to make it taste like soap? You don't like it because you and your uncle
Cilantro.
Yeah, cilantro.
To make it taste like soap.
To make it taste like soap.
So you like the way that weed stuff smelled?
Yeah.
Okay. Duly noted.
Because
I'm going back there for more presents when I get some monies. After I get your big Christmas present. Shitting grin.
Well, because I only asked for one thing.
Yeah. Gee, big surprise if you get that one fucking thing.
I'm spoiled.
And then I'm just like, get me a few small things that I can use every day. Like, I asked your mom for new compression sports bras because mine's gross.
That's another thing. Compression sports bra. Binders for your trans mask friends.
Yes, your trans mask pals.
And I say trans mask very loosely. Like, I know NBs can wear them too to help with them. But, like,
some NBs do identify as trans mask.
Yeah, so, like, just basically, if someone wants a binder,
get them a binder.
But do research. Make sure you're getting them good binders.
Also, disclaimer, GC2B is seen as a really great starter binder. That's all they are. You're not going to get a lot of long-term wear out of them because
they used to be good from what I heard.
Yep, same.
I don't know what happened.
That's why I bought mine from them, and like, I don't know, the stitching pulls out, the bottom rolls up, it pinches your ribs in, and makes them feel like they're gonna get bruised at some points because they rolls up so much at the bottom. You spend all day unrolling the bottom of your binder.
Trying to think what else you can do. If they like tattoos, pay for their next tattoo.
Heck yeah, tattoo shops do gift certificates.
Yeah.
Do that. That is a viable Christmas option, Yule option.
I want to get a pride tattoo. Oh, wait, I have a pride tattoo.
I have a pride tattoo.
I keep forgetting about that.
I've wanted to get, I have the semicolon tattoo that was super, super popular. The project was going on back when I was, like, in junior high. Mm-hmm. And I have the semicolon tattoo because I used to do the movement every year. And I know it's stereotypical. A lot of people have it. Whatever. I don't care. It's important to me. And I've wanted to get rainbow watercolors behind it as a pride addition to that because that's a big part of why I joined the semicolon project too.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think what else. What?
You go, and then you look at the thing.
Hats or a hat rack. You know, someone who likes a lot of hats. Or
are you trying to hint at things for me to buy you? Because you sound like you're describing presents for yourself.
I kind of am using ideas for presents for myself.
You're so warm.
Because I'm just trying to think of, like, gay stuff. But I'm having a hard time thinking of gay stuff for,
other than yourself.
Other than either of us. You know what I mean?
Pride flags. Oh my god, when Kira got me the non-binary pride flag for Christmas.
Yeah.
I fucking bawled my eyes out. It was the cutest fucking thing.
Yeah, pride flags would be a good one. Heck, if you know they're an activist, donate to, like, the Trevor Project or GLAAD in their name kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sorry if you heard that clank. That was the buttons on my beanie. Queer board games, I know they're there.
You just said that like a true fucking queer stoner. The buttons on my beanie. Get them buttons. Everybody likes buttons.
Yeah, we talked about buttons.
I know, but buttons. Rainbow beanies. Literally anything from Spencer's.
Beanies in general.
Spencer's, if you ever listen to this, please give us some money. We'll talk about you very nicely. I've worked for you. I love you. I want to work for you again.
I'm trying to think what else. There was a card game that I played with my old roommates before I moved in with you.
Didn't you say it was called The Game?
Yeah, it was The Game.
GAYME?
Yeah.
And we haven't been able to find the fucker?
I've been trying to find it online and everything, but it's a really fun drinking game. And it makes you throw shade on yourself. If someone likes drag stuff. Get them drag stuff.
Get them tickets to the next drag show.
Yeah, or take them out to the next drag show. Support your local drag.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that first and foremost as someone who used to be a drag queen.
Oh,
I
we can go see the Pittsburgh drag queens out here.
We could, and I had to retire not by choice. I still have a lot of issues with lights from my head injury, so to kind of mitigate, and then the time where I was getting migraines like almost every week. Mm-hmm. To be on, excuse me, to err on the side of caution, I decided to retire my drag career. Because I used to do both. I used to be a drag king and queen.
It was so great. I love drag shows. I've never been to a drag show before I met Rayven. And oh my god, they're so much fun. There's nothing more fun than getting drunk at 9 o'clock on a Sunday, watching a drag show in a dive bar.
And then getting proposed at said drag show, and that said dive bar. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then getting married in the courthouse across the street from that.
And too bad we didn't push that back like 10 minutes. We could have just went over to the bar and had a drink afterwards. But yeah, like, I don't think the drag king that I know out here, he was like a really well-known persona.
Though.
He moved. He's not out here anymore. He's so cool. Like, I want to see him perform. I've seen him on his videos on Facebook. Cool, buddy.
What else I was gonna say? But yeah, just whatever they're into. If they're into vintage stuff, take them to an antique show.
Yeah.
If they're into cars, take them to a car show. That's it with anybody, honestly. Is like, if they're into something, do something that they're interested in.
Yeah, because presents don't always have to be physical. They can be an experience.
They could be. And they don't always have to be about who they are, but what they like.
It doesn't always have to be expensive. It's what you're doing.
Yeah, but I know a lot of this stuff is like, I want to make note of these things that you could get for your children, that you could get for your, the LGBTQIA plus person or queer person in your life. Because, like, you can use these as a show support. Like, when I came out to my parents, I got a jewelry box and a stand-up mirror. And I felt really dumb because I was like, oh, okay, cool. They're, I just got them to me because my parents are cool and they like, giving me stuff that they're like, oh, Rayven can use this. Not realizing, like, oh, this was their way of saying
that they support me.
And Mom was, like, looking for a response, and she's like, the fuck, dude?
And then you got me over here when Kira shows how much, like, she expresses her support to me by telling Mom that I needed that flag for Christmas. And I tear up just thinking about it. I just fucking bawl because, like, it's so great to feel supported like that.
Yeah, it really is.
To finally get that.
Like, I have, like, they took pieces of the walnut, like, dark walnut tree that they have in their front yard, and, like, had someone who was making, using his wood turning machine that he makes pens with, and like, he was making a wand.
Yeah.
And they got me a rainbow colored wand with a, wand case made out of that walnut tree. That's a quote from Dumbledore in Harry Potter with my preferred name on it. Not spelled with the Y, because that was before, I decided to throw the Y in there.
Before she decided to be so extra.
What it really wasn't as much of to be extra is to kind of honors the people I'm actually named after.
Yeah. Because you're essentially taking off the first letter. Wait.
Last letter. I'm just breaking the L in my name.
Yeah.
My legal name. I'm breaking the L.
Take the L away.
I'm just basically going.
Oh my god! I just thought of a horrible joke. I just thought of such a horrible, terrible joke about your freaking name.
What?
If anybody else said this would be transphobic. You're doing bottom surgery on your name because it's the sticky uppy bit in your name.
Oh my god. You're getting a forehead flick for that.
Oh, I deserve that.
I love you.
I love you too.
We say really dumb jokes like this that a lot of people could view as transphobic, so for any of our listeners out there, I do apologize for that.
I'm so sorry. That was so bad.
If that had offended anybody, but
That was
We
so,
make
like
dumb
I
jokes
said,
like this
if
to each other.
anyone else other than a trans person said that, it would be horrible.
Yeah, but like that's a lot of LGBT people. Like they make a lot of
We
jokes.
make a lot of jokes at our own expense.
Like I was watching this clip. It was like a TikTok or like one of the Instagram reels or something like that. It was like in that format where it was like why she really likes going after bi guys, and he's got like handcuffs and like a pack of Trojans in his hand, and his FaceTiming a girl, and her boyfriend picks up. And he's like, "Why the fuck are you, messaging my girl? Like, what the fuck are you condoms?" And he, throws the phone down and kind of like does the stereotypical like ties the knot on the bottom of his shirt and grabs like a dum dum or something and goes, "Sorry, Big Daddy, I just dropped my phone. Now, why are you talking to me like that? You don't talk to anybody like that, doing the overly the top,
stereotypical gay thing."
Yeah, exactly. And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, little bro. Here, let me get her on the phone." Kind of like he wants to talk about his plans for tonight and dish, and I'm like, "Oh my god, with the jokes of that, or like the ones where like how I annoy my lesbian sister." And just says stuff, and she's like, "Are you okay? Are the straights okay?" Or like, I got my lesbian sister, same account, power tools and a socket set, and she goes, "Oh, really?" He gets super excited about it,
Yeah.
or just shit like that.
This we make fun of the stereotypes within the our own community. Yeah, because if you can't laugh at yourself, like, what can you laugh at? And that's part of that reclamation process of being suppressed,
Exactly. Like, you haven't watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes, I have, with you. Well, like, when we first started dating.
All of it?
No,
Okay,
I don't think we got through the first season.
Okay, so, and I think in season 3, it's either 2 or 3, you know Captain Holt, right?
Yes.
I'm not going to throw a spoiler warning because, like, this is real early in the show and it's super old at this point, so if you don't know...
Yeah, it's one of those situations, if you haven't watched it by now, you probably won't.
Because the show's on its last season.
Yeah.
Terry Crews's character, who's, like, has to, like, go undercover with a motorcycle, and he's like, "Nuh-uh, I have kids, you do it." And it throws the keys to Captain Holt, and he goes... "Are you saying because I don't follow to society's heteronormative, childbearing-centric society rules that my life is inherently less valuable than yours?" And he throws him the keys, and Terry Crews' character goes, "Did you really just pull the gay card on me?" And he goes, "Yes, queen."
Yes.
And I'm like...
You just got fucking owned.
Oh, like, fuck. But that's the thing, it was like... That's like the humor in it too, and like it's a great show. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I need to get caught up, but yeah, I feel like if you know someone who's like whiskey and they're queer, get them like a queer decanter, or even just take them to like a whiskey night at like a local bar, or get them good whiskey. Good whiskey, God.
You.
What?
I love you.
I love you too.
There's wine in the fridge still. Oh my god. We have snacks. I'm at that stage of the high. We have snacks. Well,
You can keep that wine. That tastes like freaking...
communion wine.
It does. It tastes like communion wine, but not like... I can't say anything for the the Blood of Christ wine. It just tastes like Shabbat wine, like that you have from like for Shabbat ceremonies.
I keep forgetting you're Jewish.
We're still trying to figure that out if it's accurate or not. But because with like a lot of my family history at certain points, because my great grandparents were in England during the bombings of London.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, Mom, you listen to this podcast. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like a lot of the family history is gone because of that.
Yeah.
Yet somehow my mom's figured out how far back we go to like the Dark Ages.
Has she added me to the family tree?
Yes, she had to.
It's so special.
I know we're gonna add you to the family tree in the next reunion once everything's kind of settled down with COVID.
Well, speaking of which, I scheduled my booster shot. Everybody who's listening and who has had their first and second shot or has only had one shot and you need a booster, please go get it because the Omicron variant has been spotted in the States. Not to get political, but it's coming.
Can I just say the name Omicron?
The Omicron variant. I don't want to get political on this podcast, but like...
You know, this podcast is inherently political because we're queer stoners.
Yeah, you're right. So, like...
It's our podcast.
Yeah, if anybody who disagrees with us doesn't listen to the podcast, so... Whatever.
No, here's my thing. The reason why I laugh is because two things this variant sounds like. One, a transformer.
Yeah, it does.
It's Omnicron. And if you add Mon at the end of it, it's a Digimon. It's Omnicron Mon.
Oh my god. That's funny as fuck.
Oh, can we talk about the one thing? I am a little sad that we didn't get to be able to do the midnight release for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yeah.
In State College.
Yeah.
There was about 4 or 5 trans girls besides me.
I saw the pictures. I know.
Going to all the freaking Pokemon pre-releases. Like, when did we notice it? Pokemon Sword? Or was it Snap?
It was Snap. It was the morning of Snap coming out. All the trans girls flocked to that GameStop and it was beautiful. The thing that I'm upset about is I didn't get to see my old boss in his Charizard onesie. You guys got to see a picture. And I sent the pictures to Amanda. And she was like, yeah, he wears it at every Pokemon release. I'm like, it's fucking adorable. You were adorable.
So do you want to do our Skittles?
Yes.
Because I have a Skittle.
I have Skittle too. We mentioned them in the podcast.
Well, you mentioned yours.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
It's Tainted Pineapple with all your cool pride pins and everything. I'm gonna find you on every platform and follow you because you're cool. And I bought one of your pins, so like, yeah, go. Support them on Etsy. Buy their things. Buy your friends their things. They're really cool.
So mine is Bex Healer. I think it's how you pronounce that. Heller. Sorry, Bex Heller on Twitter as Bex_Heller. They are a non-binary. They have they, she pronouns. Cannabis consultant and blogger who is also LGBT. From Boston, and cool. They've interacted with our podcast quite a little bit.
They have?
They've interacted with us on Twitter a couple of times. Cool. So I just wanted to shout them out.
Hi.
And I'm using they, them right now. I hope that's okay, because you said they, she. And I know a lot of people who have that, they usually just go with the she part or the he part, so I'm going to focus on the they part for you. But they're really cool. They found our podcast and it was like, fuck yeah, more queer voices in cannabis. Aww. Fuck yeah, we got mad hyped.
It's so awesome.
But that was like in October, but they've been interacting for a while and I'm like, I keep forgetting to have them as my Skittle.
That's so
this is very overdue.
You have a boy who wants you.
Yeah, I know. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up?
No, not really. I think we touched on everything.
Alrighty, well, once again...
What are we looking at time-wise? Where are we at?
About an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That didn't seem that long.
No.
I had fun this episode.
Me too. I have fun every episode.
Same. You guys know where you can find us. Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review if you'd like. We'd like it if you did.
Hit us up on our social medias, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Our email at smokingoutthecloset@gmail.com. You know where it's at. It's all in our show notes.
Yeah, our 420NB at Proton Mail or 420NB on Instagram. All those things. Click all the buttons. Send us all the messages.
But yeah, I'm not sending them up as links right now because I don't know if they're working on the other one. So I'm just literally writing out the names.
Yeah.
But yeah, once again, my name is Rayven.
I'm Alex.
And we'll see you all in the next episode.
See ya. Bye.